Have you ever tried to use data to select a better product? Then you already know the problem. Even when the numbers give you a clear winner, that final decision still feels off. That's because building a better decision system isn't just about more data. The secret sauce is down here. It's about connecting the data pipes using hard-earned experience. I've seen this pattern over the years of building data systems. It's not always about the data you have or you need or the model that you're using. It's mostly about the micro decisions you make while creating this. I'll show you how I approach simple coffee recommender and how to tell if you're stuck with similar project of yours or you're thinking correctly. So let's take a look. I basically knew that it would be too much time to put together the list of all the 240 coffees that I drank. I might not even remember all of them. So I made a choice. I basically went through the links that I've been sharing into our coffee group order, where we order from this website called Coffeeo, which is fairly easy. So this way I basically had around 30 links of coffee that I bought and I could start there. So that was the first choice. Another one was that I could have gone into each link and manually copy paste the information into Google Sheet. However, again, I knew that it would take too much time. Therefore, I used multiple functions of Google Sheet that helped me import HTML, then import XML, and that way I was able to clean up the data in order to do the analysis. What helped, of course, is that I, from my experience, know that HTML websites are well structured. Each website has this kind of table with all the metadata of the coffee itself, including the roastery, the country of origin, the process that was used, and flavors. So that's what I was able to use in order to get this nice table. And after I got this, I knew that in order to do recommendation, I need some sort of ranking. And for the ranking, I also need to remember how the coffee was, right? I didn't take notes. The only thing that I remember is my visual memory. So I knew that I need to get the coffee bag design in order to help me out and remember how the coffee was. So here I have the list of images which contain the coffees that I drank over the years. And next to it, I then basically put together the best ranking I could remember. So I stated which one I liked and which one I enjoyed a little bit less. And based on this, I was thinking how to put together a recommendation. So first of all, I was thinking that we could use simple pivot table. This table would compare the flavors. So on one side we would have flavor 1, then we would have origin, then I basically put together even more comparison between flavors 1 to 3. However, I realized that it's a little bit too much. It's not as simple as pivot table. Therefore, I knew that I could do very high level statistical analysis, but the thing is that I just wanted to save time, and therefore I decided to drop this into LLM. Why this only? The thing is that I know that LLMs are not good with a lot of information. So if I would provide all the links, it would go into the pages and it would get all this text, including other things, and it will most likely hallucinate, meaning that it would not do a good recommendation. Therefore, instead of providing the link itself, I provided the flavors and ranking in form of CSV and asked it to put together some sort of a recommendation on flavors that I like. It was able to do something. At the beginning it failed because I didn't say that the ranking is the other way around. The lower the number, the better. But afterward it got some results. And what struck my curiosity was the fact that they're not recommending the same thing. I basically asked it to rank coffees that are from this roastery that I like lately, and they basically said different things. Gemini said avoid Kenyan Nundu because there is nectarinki, which I don't know how they are called in English, probably nectarines or something like that. But ChatGPT didn't mind that and it gave me this as a top bet. Therefore, I decided to basically go ahead and buy it. I went to the store and brought it home, and you saw the result. I don't rank it that high as ChatGPT suggested, but I don't want to avoid it as Gemini said. So pretty good, I would say, for 1 hour proof of concept of a recommendation engine. So what's next? Basically, I think that here I demonstrated that even though I said data beats intuition, throughout the process of putting together this analysis, I used a lot of intuition, that was driven by my experience, and the fact is that it all depends. It all depends on the circumstances and on the data that you have on hand. For example, I didn't want to spend too much time on this. It was one circumstance that made me choose the intuition instead of being data driven fully. So from my point of view, it's all about balancing one side or the other. So how is that project of yours? How's it going? Are you getting anywhere or are you completely lost? I bet it's in similar stage as mine. Let me know in the comments below. I'm happy to chat about it and help if I can. And if you're curious about that coffee that I picked, check out my previous video. And last but not least, thank you for watching. I really appreciate that. Have a nice day.